Hello and welcome to Mad About Sports for yet another video. And obviously, today we are here to talk about cricket and the latest news on what is happening in the world of cricket. Now, before we get into the video, we'll be talking about what Mad About Sports is going to be offering you all. If you are an analytics buff, if you love the numbers, and if you want to really dwell and make a career out of analytics and work for your favorite sporting teams, or work in your favorite IPL franchise, this is your opportunity to check out our course with Cricket Analytics. There's a 5-day workshop which we're conducting where you can analyze data, where we're going to teach you how to use Python and various other softwares and tools as to how you can be a well-equipped data analyst and make a career out of that. And you don't need any prior knowledge. Let's get into the video straight away. Today's video is about Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli because that's what's been making the news all around the world, with the Indian team being announced for the Afghanistan series, and this being India's last series before the T20 World Cup, which will be happening from June in USA and West Indies. Obviously, the spotlight was on the selection committee as to who they're going to be selecting, who's going to be the captain of Team India, because there were a lot of question marks, there were a lot of speculation that the senior men won't be considered, but here we are. The Indian team is announced, and let's look at what the team is because that's what will give us a better understanding as to what the team is. Rohit Sharma is back as the captain, and alongside that is another big boy in Virat Kohli, who's back into India's team for this series. Now, this certainly means one thing, that Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli are part of India's setup for the T20 World Cup, which will be from 5 months from now on. And Rohit Sharma will be leading the team in the T20 World Cup because, as of now, all the question marks were on the Indian selectors as to why they're not considering Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. It's been 14 months since these both had played any sort of T20 cricket. The last T20 T20I game they played was the World Cup semi-final in Adelaide in November. So it's been quite a long time, and obviously India had to make a choice as to whether they want the senior men who are in good form, or are they going to go into the T20 World Cup with newbies? With Hardik Pandya being injured and there's a lot of question mark in his selection when it comes to his fitness, they had to go back to Rohit Sharma, who had a spectacular 50 overs World Cup, and Virat Kohli's had one of the best years in his cricketing career in 2023. So obviously they'll be hoping that he transcends it into this year in T20 as well. Remember, Virat Kohli is your ace man when it comes to big tournaments. He was your man of the tournament in the 50 over World Cup. He was your leading run scorer in the T20 World Cup in 2022, and he has been your catalyst in all the big games. The Pakistan knock is just one of the things which comes on top of the mind. But let's not forget the number of times he has won man of the tournaments in the T20 World Cup in 2016, in 2014, leading India to knockouts. And Rohit Sharma, on the other end, is a proven T20 campaigner when it comes to his leadership acumen. Never lost a T20 final so far. So he's got a lot of things as well in his career to prove that why he's the right man to lead. And this is also a point to prove for these two men because remember that 50 over wounds are still fresh in these two players. They'd want to prove a point, and they'd want to come back harder, and they want to really do well in for India because remember Virat Kohli hasn't won a T20 World Cup, but whereas Rohit Sharma had already won a T20 World Cup in 2007. For Rohit Sharma, the trophy he was hunting was a 50 over World Cup, and for Virat Kohli, the trophy he's still hunting is the T20 World Cup. And for Virat Kohli, he'd rightly know that if he has a good IPL, he'd want to convert that into the T20 World Cup as well. Now, Rohit Sharma obviously isn't leading the Mumbai Indians team, but selectors have made it very clear that he'd still remain India's captain in all three formats, and he is the man who India are looking at in this T20 World Cup. This could possibly be Rohit Sharma's last ICC tournament for that matter, but nonetheless, you'd want the experienced man back, and you'd want them both to be in the squad. But let's look at some of the numbers, right? Because it's so important to look at who will make a way for Rohit Sharma. Because Shubman Gill and Yashasvi Jaiswal has been performing exceedingly well for their T20 leagues and in the T20 leagues, and also in T20 as Yashasvi Jaiswal has been exemplary. Now, if you look at his numbers, it's just prolific. If you look at the strike rate of Yashasvi Jaiswal, especially, that's one thing. And also, he brings in the consistency factor. He's a left-hander. Maybe Yashasvi Jaiswal slightly holds the edge over Shubman Gill because Shubman Gill's performance, if you want to bar the 100 which he's scoring against New Zealand in T20Is, it's been pretty downhill. He hasn't really stepped up, or you can never say that he's been at his best. So most likely it's going to be Rohit Sharma who's going to be replacing a right-hander in Shubman Gill, and Justice and Rohit Sharma are more likely to open like they have opened in Test matches in the recent past. But there's another debate as well over here. Now, what is the other debate, right? Virat Kohli is a strong candidate when it comes to opening the batting in T20 cricket. Now let's look at some of his numbers as an opener, right? Now, while opening in T20, he scored 100. Remember that 100 which he has scored against Afghanistan, that long drought which he ended. Remember his IPL numbers, even last season 2016. It's all when he's opened the batting. Now there are a lot of reasons why he should be opening the batting. That gives him a lot of time to maneuver around. He's got an exceedingly good game against pace towards the lateral. He's got some of the best strike rates if he stays by, and he could complement Rohit Sharma pretty well. Now, going back to one of the games against England in 2021, when Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli did open, they did create havoc for the opposition, where they went on berserk and they scored. They put in a good 90 odd runs opening stand, and they batted a very good clip as well. And another, where do you fit in someone like a Rinku Singh in the team, right? When Hardik Pandya returns. Now, that's another thing which they'll have to consider. And who's going to be India's wicketkeeper? Now, one thing is very clear that for them, particularly when we talk about this particular Indian team, the few areas of concern for Indian team will be the opening with Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. They're going to look at that possibility of Virat Kohli at three. And then how do you fit in a Rinku Singh, as I mentioned earlier? Because Rinku Singh has had a phenomenal time so far in T20 internationals, and you cannot drop him because he's been your finisher. When Hardik Pandya comes in, where do you fit in a Surya Kumar Yadav, a wicketkeeper batter, and then Rinku Singh? The only possibility what India can do for there is maybe move Virat Kohli up top and have Surya at three, then have Rinku at four or the wicketkeeper batter at four, then have Hardik Pandya and Rinku Singh, however you want to fill the middle order with, because maybe not giving Rinku Singh a spot in the middle order would be just unjust, and that wouldn't be the right way India would want to go into a T20 World Cup with, given the form he's showing, given that temperament he's shown, especially while he's finishing the games, and what he can bring into the table. Now, the biggest question for India will also be who's going to be India's wicketkeeper batter, right? Now, the only possibility of a wicketkeeper batter fitting into this team is a batter who can bat at a batting percent 5 or lower. Now, the top four is almost fixed with Virat Kohli coming in back and with Surya Kumar Yadav there. You can say a possible opening what you have right now is number 6. And that's where Jitesh Sharma is slightly the front runner in this setup, or else what India can possibly do that we'll only know by the first T20I is having Virat Kohli to open the batting, then have uh, someone like a Sanju Samson to bat at 3 and Rinku Singh at 4, and then build a batting order for that. Then once Surya Kumar Yadav comes, Surya Kumar Yadav can take number 3. Then maybe Sanju Samson at 4 if India are looking at that option as well. Then at 5, you can have a Rinku Singh, and at 6, Hardik Pandya, then Akshar slash Jadeja. So that's how India would want to look at it so far. And with seniors coming back, there's slight bit of confusion, but with 3 matches being 2 less of games to really understand and decide the team for T20 World Cup, India would want to make sure this is the best 11 they play. And the best 11 given the availability, because there's no Hardik Pandya, there is no someone like a if you have to say Surya Kumar Yadav because of injury as well, and you've given rest to your fast bowlers. Obviously, once Siraj and Bumrah comes back, they are a sure shot filling into the bowling lineup. Bowling lineup doesn't look to be too raffled with, because you know who are the players who would be coming in and taking the spots with Siraj, Bumrah, and maybe Mohammad Shami as well if he's fit and fine. And then you would have a Kuldeep Yadav. The bowling lineup will be more or less like what you saw in the 50 over World Cup, but the batting lineup is going to be slightly different given the fact that you have a Rinku Singh, you have someone like a Yashasvi Jaiswal. How do you fit in so many players? That's about it from us. If you did really enjoy this video, do not forget to check out our channel and also subscribe to our channel, and also share this video with as many people as possible. That really helps us to bring quality content onto table. And also check out our courses once again with Mad About Sports, because this is where you have an opportunity to dwell deep into a career as a cricket analyst, because we are conducting a 5-day cricket workshop, and you can check it out. It's for affordable prices, and you can kickstart your career in your dream organization or with your favorite team in a cricketing field. Have a good day, all of you, and see you all very soon. Bye bye.